Bangalore, distinguished development scholar and author, Dr. Ramaswami Balasubramaniam, Dr. Balu, also well known for his pioneering development work with rural and tribal communities in Karnataka, India, launched his latest book, Power Within, The Leadership Legacy of Narendra Modi Today. The book is a compelling narrative that offers a unique perspective on leadership, contrasting Western trait-oriented approaches with Indian practice-oriented philosophies. The book launch event at Mandla Mantapa in Bangalore was graced by eminent dignitaries like spiritual and social leader Sadhguru Madhusudan Sai, Archit Gupta, founder and CEO of ClearTax, Manish Sabharwal, Vice Chairman, Team Lease Services, Prashant Prakash, founding partner, Axel, and Deepak Shetty, CEO and MD, JCB India Limited, along with numerous thought leaders, philanthropists, industry captains, policymakers, and avid readers. The bibliophiles had gathered to hear Dr. Balu talk about the civilizational wisdom of Bharat as seen through the lived experiences of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his new book. Last week, it was launched by Ajay Piramal, chairman of Piramal Group, former Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant, NASSCOM President Devjani Ghosh, and Professor B. Mahadevan from IIM Bangalore in an event at Pradhan Mantri Sangralaya in Delhi.
Several institutions of public service have been established in just the last 12 years, touching and transforming the lives of millions of individuals across 32 countries, with its epicenter in India. Nutrition, education, and healthcare are fundamental rights of every human being and every child, and it is the collective responsibility of the society to ensure that these basic needs are made accessible and available for all without any discrimination and absolutely free of cost. Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi. Every individual's prosperity depends on society's collective prosperity. After all, we are all one connected whole.
Mr. Balu, for bringing to light the leadership legacy of the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, and I also welcome the other dignitaries on the stage, Sabharwalji, WMG Group, for their effort to again gather people under one roof in order to celebrate an idea called leadership. And I think that's the most important part. If I can borrow from your book, where you have quoted extensively from our scriptures, the Indic knowledge system, he quotes from Bhagavad Gita, Yadyada charati shreshtaha tattat deve taro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadan vartate. Very simple Sanskrit, which means, as the noble ones act in the society, the kind of examples they set, they are emulated by the others, by the ordinary people. And therefore, to set example for the society is the noblest of the services that we can offer. And this book is about celebrating one such example of leadership, which we all know now as Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. I am happy that somebody took the courage, because it's not easy to balance out all the aspects of his personality and still bring out differences or prejudices in a very balanced way. That is the first thing that I wanted to congratulate you for, because it's easy when it comes to Mr. Modi ji to get biased. His persona, his charisma, and all that he has done can always sweep you off your feet and you would end up doing hero worship. But somewhere drawing that fine line and staying very objective, at the same time proving it through several examples, both spiritual as well as social, that how in his personality there is a blend of this enlightened leadership, which is the combination of spirituality and also the social side of things. I think in India alone has this model of leadership. When we look at the Western models of leadership, they are the models of, I would say, karmi, in the sense the action, model of action. If you can prove yourself, you can be the leader through your actions. And on the Indian side, we have the concept of yoga, where we are performing actions, yet we are neither the doers nor the enjoyers of the action. That's a tall order if you look at it through the prism of the Western philosophy. And then there is this synthesis of both, called karma yoga. And I think that is one word that truly defines the Prime Minister, a Karma Yogi, which is the highest that one can attain while performing actions in the society yet remaining detached and absolutely equanimous. I'm so thrilled that when I was reading the book, all these wonderful concepts that are inherent in our scriptures have come out in a beautiful way. And you have given examples. You have not just given some kind of a concept, but you gave examples of how these concepts have been put to practice, how problems of the society on a daily basis, they have been solved using the same fundamental concepts of selfless service, tyaga and seva. The idea of sacrifice, the idea of patience. Mr. Balu for bringing to light the leadership legacy of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. And I also welcome the other dignitaries on the stage, Sabarwalji, WMG group for their effort to again gather people under one roof in order to celebrate an idea called leadership. And I think that's the most important part. If I can borrow from your book, where you have quoted extensively from our scriptures, the Indic knowledge system, he quotes from Bhagavad Gita, Yadyada charati shreshtaha tattat deve toro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadan vartate. Very simple Sanskrit, which means as the noble ones act in the society, the kind of examples they set, they are emulated by the others, by the ordinary people. And therefore, to set example for the society is the noblest of the services that we can offer. And this book,
from point X to point Y and do it well, of course, and I'm not taking away anything from what a lot of our startups have done. But when you now look at the challenge of creating industries, creating ventures that will employ 20 million, 30 million people that are going to come to our workforce, and where we need to really look at this China plus one opportunity and make something of that opportunity, I think it's a very different leadership. And I'm finding that our entrepreneurs really come from backgrounds where I think what we call as product market fit is lacking, right? They have not seen real Bharat. And it's very few entrepreneurs that today we encounter who can really now build not the next Flipkart, the next Swiggy, the next Book My Show, but really can address challenges which will build a more equal.
For anybody, any author would know. Getting it published is the next part of the painfulness. And when you are writing about a personality who has got a 78% approval rating, possibly the highest any global leader today has got, and in a situation, the book is just coming out of a major electoral process that this country saw. I think when people say timing is everything, I was always worried. And but this book had to come out. So the actual book took me 2 years. The research team and I must. Well, my name is the only thing that come on the front cover, but there's a huge set of people who work with me. The extensive hours of research they spent. And it's always a joy to work with very young people, because for them tiredness or timing both don't appear in their list. And when they're committed to something as deep as what they were doing, I think they really represented the seva and the tyaga that I write about in this book too. Some wonderful young people who worked hard and I drove them a little crazy. So long hours, long meetings, plus a long day that you would normally have at the office. So it was fun. And sometimes not being able to sleep is a boon, and that's what saved me the last 2 years. I would start my writing at 3 o'clock in the morning.